Can I show you how I run my 30 amp service? Again, you know I'm not an electrician. Ask an electrician. This is how I get it done. So I've got my 10 gauge wire. This is my service wire going out to my 30 amp service. It comes in here, and then the ground wire comes out here and connects with the ground wire from my first run. This is my first run. These will be twisted up together once I get my other 3 runs on here. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. I just want to simplify it right now. So that's what the ground wire is. The black wire comes from my service and ties in right here. Now, you can see that this one is on that wire, this one's on that wire, and this one's on that wire. But this one is not, and this one is not. So I've got to do a jumper wire. That's this other black wire right here that comes up and jumps all the way over to here. Some people stop right here. It's an easy mistake to make, but it doesn't connect down here and it'll blow it up. So come all the way down here because this runs, you can see where it runs on the metal. Okay, so this one runs these up here. The jumper wire jumps from your 30 amp service all the way down here to power these. And that's what I have this one on right now, because I'm going to use these 4 spaces over here. Now, the white wire coming in from my service is the 10 gauge. It comes around here and goes into the bus bar right there. And then when we get our run is going to come over here to, let me get better in there, we go, in these right here. All right, put them each on their own separate. Then I'm going to run over here, all the way up here. I'm going to clean this all up. This is just for demonstration purposes. Here's how I wire my wires. I have one that is on the ground wire, then the other one comes in and pigtails to it. Now these are silver. That's where your return goes. The white return goes there. Then on the other side, kind of stiff in there, let me get that over. There'll be kind of a bronze. I say gold because I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma-ish, and black gold, Texas tea. You know, oil. That reminds me, I always just say black gold. And so this is your hot wire. And so make sure that they go on there. So I've got my hot wire coming in here. It'll feed itself back out here. Now I've got that running outside. I'll show it to you real quick. I got it coming out right here. I've tied it into this rafter over here with metal. All the way up through here. Covered with metal to keep it safe. And then right into there. Now, we have one outlet. That first outlet's going to run the refrigerator. Refrigerator doesn't pull a whole lot, just some. I can get my finger out of there. Then hopefully you can see this. This is going to come in here, and where it came in, it comes into this, and we've got another outlet there. Then I take a run off of here, and I'm going to take it back right here, and I'm going to put a light. This has to be the end of your run because there's a switch on it. So if you had the light before your refrigerator, every time you turned your light off, it would turn off the refrigerator. So this is live, that's live, this is live until you turn it off. Then it's not live, and that just stops there. It doesn't stop that, and it doesn't stop that. So you could put as many in a run as you think, you know, you have amperage for. This is enough for here. Like I said, the refrigerator doesn't pull a ton, and so that's just going to be a LED light, and then whatever the customer wants to plug in there. It'll handle a little coffee pot or something, but not a whole bunch of everything. You know, an air fryer and some kind of oven and everything. But that's why it's only this little bit on here. Then we've got our other breakers down here that we can run out. We're gonna run one, where's my pointer? They're gonna run one to the AC, and on the AC will be one LED light. Then we're gonna run one to the microwave. The microwave will also have just one LED light. And then we're gonna run this last one to some outlets, just so that there's some separately run outlets, so the customers can do what they need to do. So that's what it looks like right now. I think that's the important part to understand. I'll clean it up. I'll I'll wire the rest. I'll show you what it looks like at that point so you can get a kind of a good idea. Remember, all this extra wire in here. Jim gets after me every time. You got to leave some extra wire in there for the next guy. Well, there shouldn't be a next guy, but I do it anyway because he's right. If something happened down here that wasn't our fault, maybe they were running it too hot or they got a bad electrical circuit somewhere at a campground and it burned that, you got to be able just to cut it off and then have room to move it down in there. So when Jim says you got to give him some room, that means a little extra wire. And that's what we're doing. All right, I'll be back shortly and show you where I'm at. I've run some electric, so I ran the regular 120 out to the 30 amp service. Got that little dog bone on there just to make the connection. Came all the way in here to the potty closet, and we're just here temporary because I don't have the skin on, so I'm not cutting holes in the outside till I get the skin on. But there's our 30 amp shore power right there. So here's where we're at. Tried to make it as nice as I could, as clean as I could, with extra room. I haven't, oh yeah, I did screw that in. So that's permanent. We're good to go right there. Everything's on. It's warming up. Refrigerator, let me hear. Yeah, compressor's running. Oh, that's already cold. That's only been in there for a few minutes. We got that extra outlet there. I'm gonna put a cover on it. Don't get hot. Don't get hot about it. All right. We ran several runs out here. So one came around here, around there, underneath there, and back up here, just to give them an outlet there. And I'm considering breaking off right there and doing an outside outlet. I think they'll appreciate that. And it's pretty easy because it's right there. It's right there. And we have the other outlet right here. Now, and they're both on the same run because just the outlets are on it. Nothing else is on it. Now we did run straight up here and run a separate breaker for the AC and a separate breaker for the microwave. And we just put a little double on there for these lights because that's just running that light. That draws near nothing. And then we popped another one through here to run this light. So it's two lights in the microwave. Those lights they will draw nearly zero. They're LED bulbs. This one came from the, that's a refrigerator. So I popped it out right there. Let me run around front here for you. I think I showed you earlier, but we came out here, tied it down, ran it back up there. All right, let's run back in with this fabulous camera work. Glad you stopped by. Don't worry, I'll get that sawdust out of there. And came in right here, came down around to this guy. Don't worry, it works. I just was using the bulb on something else. And then we branched off and we covered it up with, right there, covered it up and ran it all the way down here, tied it off, brought it around back here, boxed it off. Now we've got that light right there. So that's a refrigerator, two lights, and then just this little outlet for whatever they're gonna do. These little mini fridges, they don't pull much. They don't need their own separate. I wouldn't put it on the same as maybe the microwave and the AC or anything. But you know, for what little they're gonna do right up through here, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Because These, like I said, these LED bulbs pull nearly nothing. Great technology. All right, so other than running another outlet outdoors, that's all I'm gonna really do as far as electrical. I am gonna clean this up. I'm gonna run a board on a 90 or 45-degree angle across there, and then up here, just up to here, and then put the face plates on. It just cleans it up, makes it look slick. Probably won't do anything back against there. I might. The porta potty will be back there, so it'll be fine. So remember, as Jim says, give them a little room, all right? Give them some room in there. In case something happens, it's not your fault. Got 420 amps going. Now, here's the next thing. I've got to run solar. Solar panel is in. It's right there. As you can see. Oh, you can't see. Top Solar. 100-watt solar panel. We like that Top Solar. We've used it a couple of times. It works for us. We're happy with it. So I've got to figure out where I'm going to put the controller. And I'm waiting on my lights to come in. I got a couple of 12-volt lights. I've already got some 12-volt outlets. Plus, if you remember, on Top Solar, you know, we'll put that, I may put it right here. Yeah, that's right on that. I don't know. Somewhere, maybe over here, might be a nice spot. Because it tells you the amperage and how the solar is performing and all that. Your ins and your outs. And so it has two USB ports on it already. So we're going to run an extra one of those and a couple of lights. And they'll be good to go off grid. All right. I'm going to get working on that. All right. I got it all buttoned up except for that what's going to be an exterior outlet. So I want to show it to you. All right. All I got to do is put the lid on the box. And remember, we're running over here. Of course, there's obviously going to be a countertop there. That's running out and up. And it'll come out here to the, well, first, of course, to the refrigerator. Then we've got a little outlet there. And there's that original light. Trying to get it to focus in on it better, but that was the original one. And they had this one in there too, which I don't know if it was original or not, but look at it. Super cool. So those three things are alongside the refrigerator. Should be plenty fine. And then I told you I was going to clean this up. So you can see I started in that corner. Just put those edges on 45s, made a 90, brought it across up to here. We've got an extra outlet here, so if somebody wants to, run a blow dryer, curling iron, I don't know what they do in their spare time. And then 2 lights and, well, that's the AC. But 2 lights and the microwave. I got to button that up a little bit. But anyway, got that light up there for whatever they do. There's separately on that Toshiba 5000 BTU. And this little old microwave. Make yourself some nachos. And this will all be trimmed in. All be trimmed in. Look nice. And then we did this light. I had this one. I bought this off of a marketplace. Got a kind of a bundled deal. And I redid all of these so that they match. And so I put, this one did not have a turner offer on her. So now it does. Isn't that a sharp light? Sharp, 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 sharp. This one did have the on-off button. So now you can kind of see it a little bit better too. And that star on it. Let's shut this one down. You remember that one. That is so cool. So cool. All right, I did check these outlets with the ohm meter. So we've got 7 plugins available. just with our 30 amp service. That should be plenty in this tiny little camper. Now, I've got to run this, oh boy, this solar. It just makes you think. It's not hard, it just makes you think. So I'm gonna get running that. Either that, or I'm gonna come in and put these shelves in. I haven't put the shelves in yet, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll figure it out. I'll be back in a couple of days, 2, 3, 4 days with something I think you're gonna like.